Welcome back to the Screensavers. I'm Steve Wozniak. Coming up in this half hour, find out if Marty and I know our tech when we play Tech Jeopardy, and see what Martin found out about the tech in comedian Adam Sandler's life. Plus, Morgan shows you a way to change the look and feel of your icons and clock. Hey, a lot of us have digital cameras, and these days every digital camera comes with the ability to record movies. And we'd love to do that, but how do you do something special with it is a question that comes up. Well, we have a video expert in this area, Mikkel Aaland, who's going to give us some insights. Hi, Mikkel.
Hi, Steve.
I got a few questions. You know, when you take the pictures with the cameras, what resolution are they? Are they the full resolution of your camera? 2 megapixels, 3 megapixels?
That's a good question. No, in fact, what they're doing, most of these digital still cameras, as opposed to camcorders, are capturing about 320 by 260 pixels at a slower rate than your camcorder. So it's less quality than the camcorder, and certainly less quality than the full megapixels of your digital camera.
How does that compare to VHS?
It's a little bit less, maybe a third less, something like that.
And does it take the same number of frames per second as video or movies?
Well, you're getting, again, it varies from camera to camera, but between 15 frames per second, which is pretty common for a lot of these digital still cameras, all the way up to some of them capture the full 30 frames per second.
Okay, and someday we might expect even the tiniest cameras to automatically capture just like camcorders.
Well, I think that's what's happening. We're having this fusion between the still digital camera and the full motion cameras, and at some point we'll probably have a camera that does it all.
Okay, and I guess you use Photoshop Elements too, a program I like because it's a low-cost, human-priced version you can even buy for students.
Right.
And I used to love to teach with that. And why don't you show us some tricks you can do with video on
I'd love to do that. There's video editing you can do on these mini movies using like QuickTime Pro or iMovie 2, and that's where you actually are editing the movie itself. But I find that a lot of people actually enjoy grabbing frames out of their videos and then doing creative things with those frames, and that's what I'd like to show you right now.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
What we'll do here is, this is Photoshop Elements 2.0. The earlier version of Elements didn't have this function, but you can actually go in and import under File, Import, Frame from Video. That brings up this screen here, which then I can go and browse through and find various mini-movies, I call them. They're saved in the MOV file format or MPEG or AVI formats. And then I can open those up in this screen here and view the film, view the mini-movie, and grab frames. I'm going to show you an example here. I want to make an animated GIF out of a mini-movie that's about 4.6 megabytes. If I wanted to send this movie to Grandma in Spain, for example, it's too big, but I want to send her something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a series of frames here. That's grabbed one frame. I can grab as many as I want, but I want to get just a few because I'm going for economy. I want to make this very simple. So now I've grabbed 3 frames, and they're all open in my Photoshop Elements window, and I'm going to put them all into one file so that I can create an animated GIF. And that's very simple to do with Elements. I'm just going to drag this one on top of there, and I'll take this one and drag it over on top of there. So now, it's as simple to do. Take this one over here. It was simple before. There. Now we have 3 layers with the 3 different frame grabs. I'm going to use something that is also special to Elements 2, and it's the Save for Web dialog box, or plugin, really. And if I go in here and I make my settings as a GIF animation, I can change my colors. We can go into a whole discussion about GIF, but GIF is a great file format because you can really make it very economically sized. So we've got this thing down to, well, now it's 185K, but I could go much less. I could go down to 50K, and I could make an animation. Let me loop this one by clicking that. And now this is just a preview of what it will look like if I send it. So it's not a full-motion movie, obviously, but Grandma in Spain is going to love seeing her granddaughter washing a car like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Especially, I know a lot of modem users that I send stuff to, always trying to get something good that's smaller.
Yeah, small. Especially overseas, and like you said. And another thing that you can do with these frame grabs that is fun to do as well is, let me close these up. make a collage. And I've already got this collage pretty much ready to go. I've grabbed the frames from a video. Because in this case, each frame needs to be saved. So I've already saved them, and I'm going to use another plugin in Photoshop Elements 2 called Photo Merge. And with Photo Merge, I can make it really simply make a collage. And it's doing a lot of the work for me here, you'll see. Okay, so these are all frames from a very simple video, but we could have conceivably had a video with lots of different people in it, lots of faces, and I could have made a collage or a montage, and with Photo Merge.
I can see a lot of good applications for that in my
Again, it's fun.
my own movies. Yeah, scanning a few people.
And as you pointed out before, you can do so much with this Photo Merge program. You can actually turn the images around, and you have complete control over the images.
Just make the collage the way you want it.
Yeah, exactly. Customize it very simply, and then it does it for you automatically.
That's a good little technique.
There's another thing. There's a practical. I mean, these are kind of fun, what I've been showing you.
They're so easy, too.
They're very easy, just like that. But there are also some practical applications of grabbing still frames. Let me show you here. People like a lot of times to do storyboarding. So they'll take something. This is a great example. This is a photographer who uses his digital camera to shoot. He's a kayak. He teaches kayaking. So he teaches people how to roll, and he shoots with his little Canon G2, and then he shows them immediately what they've done wrong on their kayak roll. So it's like an immediate feedback loop. And here's a case where you could actually go in and storyboard it out if you wanted to print it or put it on the website. I create a blank document here, and then I could take. I'm going to put one of Photoshop Elements' grid so I can see exactly where I'm going to put things, and then I can just drop these frame by frame. Again, it's a representation of a series of images. I can line them up. I can put text there if I wanted to afterwards. This can go on the web. It can go as a document. And it makes a two-dimensional, at a glance, version of your mini-movie.
That is great. I'm going to get some good application out of that. Okay, I thank you. This has been quite an honor getting presented some things I'm going to be able to use myself. Our noted digital photography expert and author. You have a book, right?
Right. This is the Photoshop Elements Solutions 2 is the new book that I just came out with that is dealing with the new version of Photoshop Elements. And part of this is also related to a new book that's coming out called Shooting Digital, which will be out in a few months.
By Mikkel Aaland.
Yeah. I'm so honored to be here with you, Steve. Really.
Okay. So we're going to head on over to screensavers.com anytime you feel like, and you'll get Mikkel's breakdown of what he showed here.